Like why is that? People could wait if they know there's a little dead
I would
time.
change the channel.
I would too. In fact, I did it the other day.
Why.
I was listening to NPR, Minnesota Public Radio, actually, and on my car stereo. Should I tell you I got a new car stereo?
No.
I'm going to tell you about this, man. But I got a new car stereo. But anyway, I was listening to NPR, and they were doing some work on their satellite, on their tower. So they said occasionally you'll have some periodic outages. You know, it could last a few seconds, something like that. You know, little clicks and clacks. And I, one of those showed up, and I'm like, I'm changing it. I'm not going to deal with it being quiet in here.
What happened when click and clack actually came
Yeah,
out?
see, there was a click and a clack during the click and clack. Literally during that. Right at the point where I wanted to hear it. That's what I was listening to, and it was gone.
The reaction time for me when I get silence is about 3 seconds. Silence, turn.
Yeah. Well, this brings me to this stereo I bought. Going on this road tour this summer, this book tour, and we're driving my van. And my van had a capability of playing the radio and CDs. No tape and no audio input. Ridiculous. So I decided to go over to the Best Buy big box retailer, and they have these $139 for this stereo. Cost me $49 to have it put in, $180, and I'm off and running. It's fantastic, right? So I go over there and I buy this. And first of all the ones I wanted that had the features I wanted didn't come with push buttons for the music channels on the radio, for the radio channels. It's all run off of a remote control.
Because you can't reach over that far.
Yeah, in your car. Like, I'm going to keep track of a remote control in my car. Where am I going to put it that when I want to change the channel, I have to reach and grab that, and I can't reach and change the channel? Couldn't believe it. And I'm like...
Velcro?
Do you
your
have
steering wheel?
Maybe right there. Maybe right there. I mean, that's where it should be.
That's great.
Come in there, yeah. So I'm like, okay, this is ridiculous. So I get this one, and it turns out it has Bluetooth on it for my phone.
Does it work?
Oh my gosh, does it work?
See, I was looking at... Does it have a USB port on the face?
And it even has a USB port. Well, I didn't get the one with the USB port because those all came with only the thing. But anyway, I have another charger. But when my phone is in my car and it rings, I'm listening to whatever I'm listening to, the radio or whatever. It mutes that, goes quiet, rings my phone through the speakers. I just push the button on the on-off button, and it answers the phone, and I talk, and it's a little speaker, a little microphone in the face.
I'm glad that I heard that it works because I was looking at one of those.
Then I shut it off. The phone call ends, the radio comes right back on.
Awesome.
Oh my goodness. People they'll say, it sounds a little bit like you're on a speakerphone. Like, because I'm on a speakerphone in my car. I don't have to dig around. I don't have to find my earpiece. I don't have to do any of that nonsense. Push, talk.
And you don't have to put the phone on vibrate and then stick it between your legs while you're driving?
Yes.
Because your music's too loud?
Because I don't know if I'm going to hear it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've kept it away from the
driving
radiation
vicinity.
Sensitive area.
Yeah.
Altogether. Fantastic.
That's great.
And that's not even why I got it, and it was a bonus.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
And you can plug your iPod or, your MP3 player of sorts directly into that.
Directly into it. So I can play music through it. I can play my iPhone music into that, and then when a phone call comes, it stops the music, answers on the Bluetooth, and then goes right back to the music.
The way the world should work all the time.
There's people living in a space station. I should be able to answer my phone in my car.
Yeah.
Then I'm thinking, where this is going. It's going to be in your houses. You cocooners, you're going to start building this into people's houses. Like, here's what bugs me. The fact that I come home with my iPhone, connected to made by the same people, and I can't use my microphone and speaker system in the computer as a Bluetooth with my phone. So wrong, I can't even tell you.
Not even this thing?
No, not Bluetooth.
Well, you know what it is. It's they're saving it because it's an upgrade that you're going to pay
Okay,
for.
well, it needs to come because this is ridiculous. It needs to be all over my house. I should be able to have Bluetooth on in my house, have a speaker system in my house, a couple microphones around.
Yeah.
Whatever room I'm in, when my phone rings, it tells me. I push the apparatus in that or the button in that room. It turns on that microphone, and I have the conversation. Or better yet, it's implanted in my ear.
Yes.
Like the cochlear implant.
Yeah, and then I want retina scanners so that I can get my video and everything. I'm telling you
what you do. You skip the eyes altogether and you go right to whatever the retinal
That's what I'm saying.
connection goes to your brain.
It sends a message right to your retinal
Yeah. Retinal nerve.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bam.
I was reading this article in Wired magazine about the speed at which technology comes and the expectation of the consumer. That was really interesting because they were talking to the guy was writing it sort of in context of a consumer was using some GPS phone thingy that did iPod, and it's like, here's a little device that's the size of your hand, will tell you exactly where you are in the world, give you directions. Oops, it missed a turn. This thing is a piece of crap. Really? The thing's communicating with things in space right now.
Right.
And the consumer expectation for the performance of the technology is just like, we should be able to be flying right now.
Yeah. Yes.
I want to be able to hover above the ground.
Yeah.
And I want Bluetooth in my head implanted.
I'm telling you, it just keeps itching up. I mean, just every time there's an advancement, that becomes the new norm, and now that becomes the unfulfilled expectation.
Exactly.
Man. I love it. I love it. I know it drives some of the Luddites and some of the other people crazy. They feel like it's going too fast and it's changing. And yes, it's changing humanity. There's no question about it.
Yeah.
But you know what? Humanity could use a little change in here and there. That's not such a bad thing.
Yeah.
It
kind of reminds me of this article I was reading about sort of the green conversation. Save the planet. We need to save our planet. And what kind of kicked it off was I was talking with Matt Palumbo, a friend of ours, who's had a picture that he sent me that was a bunch of humans dressed as polar bears that were marching with signs that said, "Save the humans." And it kind of plays off this idea that
nice.
Earth doesn't need to be saved.
Yeah.
Earth has been around for whatever. So
right.
and it's this advancement of technology and the advancement of the advancement of the evolution of humans. And so this book that I was reading was talking about the idea that we've always referred to as evolution as being a biological thing, not necessarily a technology thing. But eventually technology and biology will merge.
Yeah.
And at what point, it was really sort of a technology ethics conversation in this book. Like, at what point when, you get your elbow replaced, you get hearing aids, you have, your knees replaced, and, your heart is an artificial heart, and all of a sudden you get to a point where everything over time has been completely replaced.
Yeah.
And then you compare that side by side with somebody who does it all at once.
Yeah.
Is that considered murder?
Yeah.
When you replace an entire human body with something else?
Yeah.
And what actually is the essence of that person? And can you actually scan the essence of that person and download it to a computer? And if you do, is that person still?
Yeah.
Or is it the physical makeup? And at some point, technology and this biology thing kind of merge, and you look at like Moore's law and the computing capabilities of what we're able to do and not able to do, and this thing just accelerating us to a point of, where does our existence lie?
Yeah.
Does it lie in our human form, or will technology, this technology advancement we're going through right now, is that actually evolution? And eventually will evolution drive us into non-existence in the way that we have always understood ourselves?
Yeah. Will this version of the species be extinct?
Yeah.
Be replaced?
Right. In like less than 1,000 years.
Yeah.
Which is just, I think the book, The Short History of Everything, used an analogy that if your arm span is the beginning and up through current day existence of anything we know, the human existence is less than the width of a hair on that entire time spectrum, that we're just going to be disappear, and Earth will continue on.
Yes. I mean, it's really fascinating. If you look at recorded human history, for whatever that's worth, right? That's the one way in which human beings have gotten to a point where they could tell their own story in an ongoing fashion. Okay, so that development, 5,000 years. Like that's nothing.
Yeah.
That's nothing.
Yeah.
So everything we know about human interaction is nothing compared to what's actually been going on and what will go on. It is actually a very significant ethical and theological and sociological kind of question.
This guy
which is what we do here on the Question of Blog Talk Radio Conversation, and we're going to be back with the remaining part of this video segment in